Hello, everybody. It's Matt, and it is Wild Wednesday, and I am back at you with yet another review. Before I roll on to any of that, I want to wish each and every one of you a great morning, evening, dawn, day, or dusk, all that lovely stuff, because life really is too short as is. Do me a really huge favor and like, share, and subscribe. I love seeing your beautiful faces when you are here. I know I'm here an awful lot, but I have an awful lot on my plate to review. And one last little tidbit of information. Check out the description box. They give you a bigger bite of every single movie of every single day. Excuse me. Today I give you a brief synopsis, a starring cast, your director, runtime of the cut I watched, along with a link for where you can watch this bad boy for free. And if you decide you can help support Matt's Movie Mania and toss me a couple of bucks, I give you a link for that as well. So with all that said in mind and all that out of the way, let's roll on to the film of the day. And today's is a doozy. It is a winner. It is an interesting little ride from beginning to end. It is directed by one of my favorite directors, independent directors of B schlocky kind of movies. Jake Perry. He's done some amazing stuff such as Tapeworm Z, The Killer Sandwich, what is it? I forget the Record Store movie, but either way, he's done some amazing stuff along the way, and this one right here is another home run out of the park for me. It is a perfect movie for a day when you want to watch something so silly and out of this world that it doesn't make sense, that it just is you just unplug your brain and go along for the ride type of movie. And I love that about Jake Perry's films. They are always that same kind of fun style. You know, you never know what you're going to get yourself into. You never know what kind of predicaments his characters are going to get in. But you can always be rest assured there's going to be lots of B movie type stuff, lots of schlock, lots of just super cheesy, over the top acting, purposeful continuity errors, really bad CGI, just everything that you could really hope and pray for when it comes to a silly movie like today's. And today's is called Serial, as in cereal you eat, serial killer alien werewolves. Or werewolf aliens. I don't know. Alien werewolves. That's it. But either way, it is an absolute thrill ride from beginning to end. It only runs at about 17 minutes and some odd seconds. I think like 32 seconds. And that's including credits, which the credits are fun. You have Jake and another man sitting there. And they're talking about various things about alien attacks and things like that. It's funny stuff. But what is Serial Killer Alien Werewolves about? Well, there is these aliens that are werewolves that are traveling throughout outer space to try to find this man that goes from planet to planet, putting a preservative of some sort. They don't say the word preservative, but he puts an ingredient. We'll just say that instead. He puts an ingredient inside of the cereal that creates mindless monsters that he is able to control and take over the population. And he is going from planet to planet doing this. And these serial killer alien werewolves are on the hunt for him. And it starts out with a funny scene with an old man played by Roger Perry, who is noticed the alien werewolves UFO flying around in the night. He decides he has had enough. He is going to go into his shed. He is going to come out with some sort of proton pack looking laser flame throwing machine that he comes out with and a bottle of booze on top of it, and he shoots down the alien werewolf's UFO. They crash land on Earth. Blah 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 blah. The old man eventually is shot and killed by the aliens, and he has a nice nice hole in the chest, and it is done with some very fun CGI like stuff. It eventually goes on to this couple that are on the hunt to see what is going on. The girl, I absolutely love her character. Like, she is just absolutely hilarious. There's just magical scene after magical scene with her. I believe her name was it was something Chu. It was her last name. But either way, she has this lovely gimmick in this movie, to where every scene her attire changes completely, her entire wardrobe, and usually the shirt, and it is absolutely hilarious. It happens with another guy that she ends up meeting up with, because her boyfriend eventually gets decapitated by these serial killer alien werewolves, and his blood gives her a lovely shower. She eventually goes to this other place, and she meets up with another guy, and him and her are going to go out on this path to stop these serial killer alien werewolves. Now, he also has this lovely gimmick of his attire changing. It only does it one time that I remember throughout the entire movie. I've seen this twice. I watched it this morning, and then I watched it months and months and months ago. Way back when I did Tapeworm. Tapeworm 2, to be precise. But anyways, that's neither here nor there. But his wardrobe and his entire hair changed, which was absolutely hilarious. But he has a very short-lived role. He is not much help for her to stop the serial killer alien werewolves. Eventually, she stops and is meted with one of the serial killer alien werewolves, and she has a gun, and this scene is just absolutely hilarious. There's this dialogue back and forth between both of them while she is popping off rounds every once in a while into the werewolf while he's in his human-like alien form, because they look like humans when they're not in their or their werewolf attire. Which she, like I said, she's popping off rounds. She's shooting him she shoots him like 8 or 9 times, I think, and he's just, ow, stop it. It is absolutely hilarious. Jake is a master at writing funny scripts and getting his performers to do these just outrageous performances that only can be done in a Jake Perry film. I feel like he is on level with a Lloyd Kaufman when it comes to comedy writing. I think he is absolutely just a genius when it comes to that. Eventually, our werewolf does change, and it is a funny scene. It's just basically him throwing on some gloves and a werewolf mask, and over his head, and his hair changes, and blah 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 blah. Funny stuff. I don't want to give away too much more else about this movie, because I want you to watch it, especially the final sequence is just absolutely jaw-dropping hilarious. I mean, the whole movie is just funny from beginning to end. There's never a dull or a low moment in this entire film. I absolutely just enjoyed it thoroughly from beginning to end. Now, on to the three things that I like my movies to mean. The audio. Audio is very good. It's very crisp, cool, and clean, as I like to say. You can understand every character very, very good. You never once have to rewind it to replay it, to re-listen to somebody's dialogue. There's no weird audio glitches or bumps in it that don't make sense. It's just overall on the audio, it's done very well. There's no outside static or outside interference due to wind or cars driving by or even a pesky neighbor mowing his lawn. There is none of those errors in this. It is absolutely stunning when it comes to the audio aspect of this. So I'm going to give it an A+. Now no, buddy, you can't come up here. Sorry, my cat's trying to get into the video, or at least get to this window that's next to me. That's what he's trying to do mostly. But anyways, on to the dialogue. The dialogue is in Jake Perry's films are always fun. You always have very catchy, fun dialogue that is hip, cool, and new. It's fresh sounding. It doesn't sound aged or dated. Everybody talks like a normal person would talk, and that's what I like about that. Because he gets normal people to be in his films. He doesn't go for these people that these abnormals, as I like to call them, the ones that the overly beautiful people that can't really act, or I mean they can act, but they can't act normal. That's what I'm saying. Act like a normal, everyday, average Joe. A lot of these beautiful people out there can't pull that off when it comes to the big screen, and Jake Perry is able to pull that out of his I almost said clients. His cast very well, and I really enjoyed it. So I'm going to give his dialogue an A+ as well. Now, editing. Editing is meant to be a mess in this. Like I said, it's full of huge continuity errors, and they are meant to be there. And I really found it very funny, and I really liked it. Sometimes it's nice to just watch something that goes against the grain and doesn't make sense in a filmmaker's logic. That's what I like about Jake's films. They go against the grain, and he does what he wants to see, and I really like that. And you can really see that in each and every one of his films. Slash and Chill, they really put out some good stuff. Check out their YouTube channel. Is very much well worth the watch of all their stuff. Herman the Monster Slayer, or Monster Hunter, I believe is what it's called, is a little series that he has on there that is hilarious. That record store one, Limited Horizons, I believe is the name of it. Sorry, my memory is terrible when it comes to names, but either way, you know exactly what you're getting when it comes to editing with Jake's films. They're going to be off the wall. They will make sense in the long run, but they will be silly, and they will go, like I said, and go against the grain. So I'm going to give it an A. It's not quite A+, but it's an A on the editing. Now on to my final score of 1 through 5. I'm going to give this thing a 3.5 out of 5. It's not my favorite Jake Perry film. I think Tapeworm Z is probably my favorite, followed by Tapeworm 2. Those are both absolutely just amazing movies. If you get the opportunity to check those out, definitely do yourself a huge favor and give them a shot, because they are well worth your watch. Hop on out there onto YouTube and check out other things from Jake Perry at the Slash and Chill YouTube page. The Killer Sandwich, Serial Killer, Alien Werewolves, Herman the Monster Slayer or Hunter, I can't remember exactly. And then he's got other stuff on there as well. That's really just absolutely fun. I can't stress that enough. All right, guys, I'm going to get the hell out of here. I hope all of you guys have a fantastic rest of your day. I'll be back at you in another couple of days for another review. I'll be doing, I believe it's called Vexenthrope next. And then I'm not sure 100% what I'm following that up with. The director is supposed to be sending me a digital copy, but he hasn't sent it yet. So it may be scrapped on Sunday's review, and I'll do something different. But anyways, love your faces as always. Peace.